Alrighty, welcome to the channel, everyone. This is the Old Man Jim. Just doing a, I know you can't see me, I'm just showing you a walk around in case anybody had an interest on my motorcycle. Which is a 1993 Honda GL 1500 GoldWing. I'll show you the engine size right here. 1500cc, 6-cylinder. It's called a boxer engine. It's horizontally opposed. 3 cylinders on this side, 3 on the other. And for those of you that are interested, yes, just like Harley Davidson, made in the USA. This bike was assembled in Marysville, Ohio. Just gave it a yearly bath. It's got approximately 78,000 miles on it. I say approximate. That mileage isn't exact because I busted a speedometer cable on my way to San Antonio. Now you see the windshield here, nice and sparkly. And I still have a few bits to get out of it. A little bit of haze. I gotta hit it with microfiber a little bit. But I give her a yearly bath, and on motorcycle windshields, never, ever use glass products. These are not glass. This is, if you hear that, that's not glass. This is glass. Like you can hear right here. This is actually glass, the headlight. They changed it later to a plastic lens, but I like these old glass ones. But this is Lexan plastic. Lexan is nice and flexible, not acrylic like standard motorcycle windshields. Yeah, I had the seat recovered. It's just kind of, I call her the Franken bike, because if you notice, while the main color is a dark blue, these panels are seafoam green. I don't know what the actual color is called, but I had to order them off of Fleabay because these lights are not standard features on the GL 1500 Aspencade, which is the trim level. They're on the special edition, though the wiring's all there. So what I did, my panels broke when I tried to install them because there wasn't a proper housing. But this bike, like I said, it's a 1993. And this is June 6, 2019. Do the math. The motorcycle is 26 years old. Older than a lot of people on this channel. And yet,
to work for you.
Call 915.
I turned the stereo off, but you can hear. That's just
Right
from
now.
a commercial, so I'm going to keep it off. But believe it or not, yeah, it has a tape player. This works. But this is an old carbureted bike, so here's the startup procedure. I turn the key to on. Now normally you just do that and I can fire her up. Slight problem. These grips are aftermarket and they're too big. There's 2 switches, one for the disengage the cruise control. Yes, cruise control. And one to allow you to start the motorcycle. So what I'm going to do is see the stop start switch. I usually keep it off just for safety. On a GoldWing it has 2-direction throw. And this is a carbureted, this is a choke. So I'm going to have to put it down all the way and shift it into neutral. And guess what? Sounds good, huh? Dual exhaust, because, well, you got 2 heads, so you got to come off both sides. The headlight looks a little weird because these are LEDs and this is halogen. My nice bright, they're not bright during the day, but my driving lights. This thing's lit up like a Christmas tree. Got side light. Side light, and more tail lights than you could possibly imagine. You hear that smoothness. You don't get that smoothness with a Harley Davidson. Victories and Indians, you do. Even with a V-twin, because they're counterbalanced. Well, the counterbalancing on this motorcycle is the fact that there's 3 cylinders here. And 3 cylinders right there. And they work against each other. When one cylinder on one side goes out, the other one goes, its opposite member goes out. It's one feature that all motorcycles should have, and I'm so glad this one does. Hazard lights. There's an even neater, cool little feature. You know, let's say I am stopped on the side of the road. Well, here's the normal lock configuration. Steering is locked. I turn it 1 click. Pull the key out. Notice, clock's on. Oh, I didn't know that. I actually can turn the radio on. But here's a notice. No lights, no lights. Now, to be fair, it'd be better if these came on. That would be kind of cool. Hard to see, but these are on. Those are not. Bottom row is on. Brake lights won't work, but guess what? The hazards do. So now you can stop on the side of the road, keep your bike locked up. If you're waiting for a tow, and you got your hazards. I would advise, leave the radio off. Other cool features. These look like air conditioning vents. They're not. What they are for is just simple pass-through of air. The air comes in through the front here, or through the front, up underneath the motorcycle, and it passes through those vents. These vents are specific on the bottom. By moving this lever from C to H and opening, I'm going to leave it closed because this falls down all the time. The air here, if you notice, is right over the engine. That air is passing over the exhaust manifold. You see lots of storage. This is actually the best GoldWing to purchase if you want storage. And you want to know what this is? That is an air outlet, which I'm not going to do here. Whoops, sorry, my finger's in the way. P-check is actually for the rear shocks. The rear shock has one standard shock on one side and one air shock. All it does is you put it on the center stand, turn the engine on, and you'll hit P-check, check your pressure on it. If it's where you like it, leave it alone. Or you just increase or decrease. Depends on how many people you got. This button, I think you have to use it in conjunction. Works the outlet. Don't try to fill a car. You'll kill your bike. But this is actually a very good motorcycle. If anybody wants to get into something that's decent to repair, except I will say one thing, that rear tire is an unholy nightmare to take out on the 1500s. The later 1800s, Honda figured out a better way. There's no ABS, which I love on a motorcycle. There's no aux port, but you can put an aux port in. I have a little switch right here, which is my auxiliary switch. I flip it, I can run an iPod. I probably can run an iPad, but I don't have a holder for that. But, you know, enjoy, stay safe, ride on.